Hey folks, you're probably wondering, what am I doing laying down here? Well, I'll tell you, one of the number one issues that RVers have on the road are their tires. And in this video, I'm going to go through and show you my pre-trip check, say that 3 times fast, on my tires. Stick around. Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time watching, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Continue to follow the Adirondack RV adventure. So today's video, I'm going to talk about my tires. 23 years I've been RVing and I have never had a blowout. And 3 things that you need to know about your tires. Alright, number 1, you have to understand your tires. And one of the good things you need to do is you're going to take your hand and you're going to run it right along the tread. And what you're feeling for is this tread on top. You're feeling for that to be moved, waved out. These underneath here is where your steel belts are. And when you throw a belt, your tire will do this. So you want to check your, just run your hand around them, make sure everything is smooth and straight. Okay? The second thing you want to do is get one of these. This is a tire gauge. Test the pressure inside your tire. Now, as you can see on this tire, it has a green cap on it. That means they're nitrogen filled. Now, I've had the question posed to me over the winter. Guy had low tires and he said, I can't find a nitrogen station to blow up my tires. Alright, so don't worry about that. The atmosphere that you have right around us right now is 78% nitrogen. Okay, and the manufacturers put nitrogen in the tires for 3 reasons. 1, it doesn't corrode the rim inside the tire. Nitrogen will not allow corrosion. There's no oxygen in there, no corrosion. Number 2, when you're traveling down the road, your tires create friction. The nitrogen keeps the tires cooler traveling down the road. And number 3, nitrogen is less susceptible to seepage. If you put in regular air from an air compressor, you're more likely to get seepage out of your tire and have to blow it up every now and then. Nitrogen stays pretty firm for a longer period of time. Those are the 3 reasons why manufacturers put nitrogen inside tires. You want to look for cracks in the sidewalls. Okay, the cracks in the sidewalls are indication of dry rot. Okay, and moisture, you know, storing these campers, if you sit it on the ground has moisture. If you put it on wood, the tires on wood attracts moisture. If you put them on concrete patio blocks, concrete attracts moisture. You want to get stone that is either crushed stone that it drains away. I use sandstone, Potsdam sandstone. Doesn't hold moisture. Back the trailer right onto the sandstone. And of all the years I've owned a rig, I have never covered the tires. There's a sticker above the tires. And this is a treadittire.com. And this is, it has your warranty, phone number, questions regarding service, roadside assistance, and it gives you an account number and everything. There's this sticker's on both sides of the camper. I don't know if this is a StarCraft thing that they just put the stickers on StarCraft, or if they do it on other campers as well. This is the first camper I've had that has had the sticker above the tires like that. So, treadit.com, it even says right there, nitrogen filled. And if you see the green caps on there, that means they're nitrogen filled also. One of the big reasons why people have problems with tires are they're underinflated. Number 1, these tires here are 50 psi. I believe right about in here it says it on each tire, it's 50 psi. So we check these tires every time before we take off. And I should have right around 50 psi. If it's at 49, I don't get too worried about it. If it's at 51, I don't get too worried about it. They've been pretty good. This is year 3 for the tires, and I have not put much air into them in the last 3 years. Problem number 2 that RVers have is overloaded tires. And what I mean by overloaded is the dry weight of their camper, like this one here, for example, is 6,100 pounds dry weight. If I have water, and it's additional 390 pounds, and then on top of that I have an additional 1,270 pounds of gear I can carry. I do have a scale in my town that I can take the camper over, and last time I was loaded without water, I was right around the 7,000 pound mark. So I had a little over 800 pounds worth of gear in there, and it doesn't take much to add up. The number 3 reason people have issues, these tires have speed ratings on them. All right, 65 miles an hour is usually the top speed rating for these trailer tires. If you're hauling ass down I-95, 75, 80 miles an hour for about 4 hours, you're probably going to throw a belt. Remember, we took the hand and went around it. You're probably going to throw a belt, and eventually the tire is going to shred itself out. And that's one of the worst case scenarios, is shredding the tire, because it will tear your wheel well apart. And once it tears your wheel well apart, it gets inside your camper. I actually had a guy from North Carolina tell me he owns an RV repair business, that a shredded tire actually wrapped around the electrical wires in the camper and pulled all the wires right out of the camper. It's just a big mess. Trust me, you don't want to go down that road. 23 years has told me that my methods are tried and true. You want to be, as people have told me, anal about your tires. You want to get a tester, keep it with you. This tester is with this rig all the time, and I test my tires before I leave. I feel my tires before I leave. Feeling for any tread, that is, any belts that are thrown. True story, my parents had a motorhome for a number of years, traveled all around the U.S. when they retired. I think they hit 49 states. They couldn't drive to the 50th, so they gave up. But they went to Alaska, and my dad, when he went to Alaska, he was talking to a lot of people who said, oh, they went through tires and broken axles and all sorts of stuff. And so my dad, on the rear of his motorhome, built this platform where he put his toolbox on, and my dad is a MacGyver. He can build anything next to a road with a few tools. And he put tires on there, and he had a tire patch kit, and he had all this stuff that he loaded into a box on the back of the camper, the back of his motorhome. And they took off to Alaska. They drove all the way up, drove around Alaska, drove all the way down. The only thing they suffered was a small chip in their windshield from a stone from a camper that was passing them on the Alaskan highway. And my dad said right then and there, a lot of these campers are overloaded. They're driving down roads that are not meant to be driven at 60 miles an hour, and they're breaking axles and they're blowing tires all to pieces. Now, right now, I'm in Horseshoe, which is between Tupper Lake and Long Lake. This is my site here, and this is the road to get in here. Now, this road hasn't been paved since the 1960s, and I don't know if the video's getting it at all. But if you look, this road is not very good. I drive that truck going that camper at 25 miles an hour down this road. You're in an RV, slow down. Take a look around. See the world around you. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel to follow the adventure. Thanks for joining me.